My name's Jada, and this is my story. I got married. It was not a great experience. We parted ways. I met my now husband. We came here and I met a friend. She told me to come to the Wilderness Church, and I fought her on it for at least 2 months. I caved and came one Sunday because at the time I wasn't working and I had nothing else to do. So it's just like, what's the worst that could happen? We had worship, he taught a message, and I remember thinking, oh my gosh, I found it. I finally found my church. And so I went home. I told my husband. He was like, oh, that's great. And I said, no, you should come. You should come with me. I'm gonna start taking the boys because they've never been to a church. The first time I brought my stepsons here, when we left, they both turned to me and said, that was so fun. And I said, that's how a church is supposed to be. And it was probably a year later, I remember getting a text from my husband one day. He was at work and he said, I think I actually believe now. And I said, what did you just say? And he said, the way everything has played out in my life was not a coincidence. God had his hand in that. He said, part of what got me intrigued about all of this was your faith never let up. You always had a positive outlook. You always said things were gonna get better, which I firmly believe. And it's something I've told my stepsons, if you're having a hard time, the one thing you can count on is he'll listen. And it might not work out how you wanted to, but it'll work out how it's supposed to. I waited 30 years to find my safe place in my home. It was a good church, and I found it. So that was it. So now here we are. We love our church, and I've somehow brought 3 people to Christ, and I didn't even mean to.